Hey everyone, Chris here with more stories in cardboard. I'm a little late with this video as we had a cold that kind of ran through the stories in cardboard household this week. I was kind of waiting until my voice got more back to normal, and I think it is pretty much back to normal, but so I might have a little sniffle here and there, but we're going to go ahead and get this one knocked out. Today we're going to do another video in the series, 5 cool cards to collect. And today I'm going to show 5 all baseball cards. I realized I haven't shown any baseball cards for a little bit, so I wanted to do a video where I just showed those. And so the first card we have is from the T206 set, and this is Tommy Leach, who played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now, Tommy was born in Cleveland, Ohio, where he and his family were neighbors of Hall of Famer Ed Delahanty and his baseball playing brothers. Now, he was a pretty small guy, standing only 5'6", and he weighed only about 135 pounds when he first started his career. Now, Leach was a participant in the first World Series that was played in 1903 when his Pirates faced the Boston Americans. And he's actually credited with the first ever hit in a World Series game when he got a triple off of Cy Young. So he got the first hit ever in a World Series, and he also ended up scoring the first run that was ever scored in a World Series game when Honus Wagner later in that same at-bat, or in that same sequence, drove him in. Leach would go on to have 4 triples in that World Series, which is still a record today, and he finished his career with 2,143 hits, 1,355 runs. He had 172 career triples, 361 stolen bases, and had 49 inside the park home runs, which is second on the all-time list behind Sam Crawford. Now, he was one of a number of players who were interviewed for the Lawrence Ritter's book, Glory of Their Times. And if you've never read that book, it is a fantastic baseball book. And it's really one that I believe is a must-read for baseball fans who just love the history of baseball, but especially ones that are interested in that dead ball era. He basically interviewed a bunch of players who were kind of getting along in years, and just kind of talked about their playing days. And it's a fantastic book. And there's also a audio, you can get an audio copy of that as well, where you hear the actual interviews. It's really great. I love this card. The yellow background is amazing, and with the uniform, and I love the portraits of the T206 cards. And for this particular one, the back is just beautiful on this one. It's a very, very clean back, and the Piedmont back is just really bright on this one. The next card we have is 1922 American Caramel card of Clyde Millen. Now, he played for the Washington Senators, and I think what's interesting about this card is I always kind of wonder, who is the guy in the background? I'm always curious about those kinds of things. Now, Millen was nicknamed Deerfoot because of his blazing speed. He's just a super fast guy and just a great base runner as well. And in 1912, he set the record for stolen bases in a season when he swiped 88 bases. Ty Cobb, a few years later in 1915, would break that record. And of course, Ty Cobb was one of the all-time great stolen base guys. Now, for dead ball era players, Millen trailed only Ty Cobb and Eddie Collins for stolen bases during that time. He finished with 2,100 hits, 1,004 runs, and he was considered one of the best center fielders of the dead ball era. Now, both he and Tommy Leach, and granted, I am a guy that believes in letting more people into the Hall of Fame, not less. I think these two guys are definitely, a little borderline, but I really think they probably should be in the Hall of Fame, but that's just me again. I'm more of the let more people in, especially Tommy Leach. I think he just had a phenomenal career. And Millen, again, he had a really nice career as well. And this is also a card from his last year of actually playing. And he was actually player manager for the Senators that year. And the next card we're going to show is 1933 Gaudy card of the Crow, Frank Cressetti. He played for the New York Yankees and was a long-time third base coach for them as well. He was more or less kind of an average player, if you will. Not the greatest player in the world, but, you know, a solid contributor to their team. And as a coach and a player, he was part of 17 world championship teams, which is just amazing to think about. 17. And the next card we have here is a set that I really love. This is a Diamond Star set from 1935. This is Stan Hack. Stan, as he was known, Smiling Stan, played for the Chicago Cubs for his entire career. He was a 5-time All-Star who collected 2,193 hits and had a lifetime .301 average. Now, again, he's one of these guys I believe should be in the Hall of Fame. He's kind of comparable to a Wade Boggs, kind of similar in the way they approached hitting, kind of a line drive hitter that kind of would hit the ball to all different fields. Just a great player, in my opinion, and someone who's often overlooked. And he was very well liked by his teammates, and it was even once said that he had more friends than Leo Durocher had enemies, which, if you know anything about Leo Durocher, he probably had a few enemies here and there. I love this card. I just love this set in general. Just a great looking set. It's got a lot of colors and things like that. But the Stan Hack is one that I think is just a great card to add to anybody's collection with the background and kind of the city line in the back there. I just think it's a great looking card. He also managed the Cubs for a few years, I think 1954 through 1956. Now, last card is a recent pickup that I got. It's a card I've actually wanted for a while, and the price has gotten up there a little bit lately, but still very, very reasonable. And this guy, as I realized, I did not show any Hall of Famers in this group, and I'm going to continue that with this last card. But this is a card that I've kind of wanted for a while. It's a 1948 Bowman Bobby Thomson. It's his rookie card. And most of you probably know he's famous for one of the most famous home runs in history, the shot heard around the world in 1951 when his Giants team, he hit a walk-off home run to win the 1951 pennant off of Ralph Branca. And so I've always wanted this card. It was a pretty good price, and finally got it, and I'm really happy to add that to my collection. So I appreciate you all watching today. I'm probably the next video I'm going to give an update on my 1954 Parkhurst set, and then probably do a set spotlight for the 1955 Topps All-American set after that. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.